Hello dear students. Today I am going to explain you revaluation account. A revaluation account is a nominal account prepared to bring the assets and liabilities of the firm to their true values and to find out the profit or loss arising therefrom. Or we can say that revaluation account implies an account opened by the firm to keep a record of gains or losses when assets are revalued and liabilities are reassessed on reconstitution or reconstruction of the firm. Whenever the firm is reconstituted, it is generally preferred to check whether the assets appear at their current market price in the books of the firm. If it is discovered that the assets are undervalued or overvalued, then these are subject to revaluation. Likewise, liabilities are reassessed if found overstated or understated so as to ensure that these are presented at their correct values in the firm's book. Many times, unrecorded assets or liabilities are discovered, which is also entered in the books. Therefore, revaluation account is prepared by the firm to capture all gains or losses on the assets and liabilities. Any balance of the account is taken to the old partner's capital account in the ratio in which they share profit and losses. Accounting entries are passed based on the difference in the book value and the revalued amount of assets and liabilities. Revaluation account is prepared for the purpose of distributing and transferring the profit or loss arising out of increase or decrease in the book value of assets and or liabilities of the partnership firm at the time of change in profit sharing ratio, admission of partner, and retirement of partner. At the time of giving the accounting effect of revaluation, following rules should be followed. As we know, revaluation account is a nominal account. So here we will apply the rule of nominal account, which says that debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. So an increase in the assets and decrease in its liabilities is credited because it is gain. As we know, increase in the asset is good thing for us. It is good thing for business. It is a kind of profit for the business. So if in case asset is increasing, so it will be credited. And decrease in liabilities is also a good thing for us. It is also a kind of profit for us. So it will be credited. On the contrary, a decrease in the value of assets and increase in its liability is debited because it is a loss. Then unrecorded assets are credited. If unrecorded assets are brought to books, then it is good thing for business. It is a profit, so it will be credited. Then next is unrecorded liabilities are debited. If unrecorded liabilities are brought to books, then it is not good thing for business. It is a loss, so it will be debited. So let us solve question number 10 of your textbook on page number 139. And let us see how revaluation account is prepared. In question number 10, it is given Rajesh, Pushpa and Pratibha are the partners of a Srinathji Traders partnership firm, and its balance sheet is given as on 31st March 2017. Further, it is given as on above date of the balance sheet, partners decided to change profit and loss sharing ratio to 1:1:1. On this date, they decided to revalue the assets and liabilities, for which information is given as you can see. From this information, we have to write journal entries and we have to prepare revaluation account. So in this question, let's make journal entry first. Here in the question, first information is given that the value of land is to be increased up to 2,50,000 and building value is to be increased by rupees 50,000. And if you see in the question, in the balance sheet, the value of land is given 1,80,000. See, sometime language confusion is there. So one thing I would like to make you clear that if the word to or at is given, it indicates that the amount given is market value. As here it is given that the value of land is to be increased up to 2,50,000. That means 2,50,000 is given, that is market value. So here we have to write difference of market value and book value. Book value means the amount which is given in their balance sheet. So market value is given in the question 2,50,000 and book value is given in the balance sheet 1,80,000. So as you can see here the market value of land is more as compared to book value. That means our asset, that is land, the value of land is increasing. By what amount it is increasing? It is increasing by rupees 70,000. That means we have taken out difference. So as we have just studied that if the value of asset increases, that means it is a profit for us. It is a good thing for the business. So it is a profit for the business. In that case, revaluation account will be credited and that respective asset will be debited. So our entry is land account debit to revaluation account 70,000. Now second thing, it is given in the question about building. Building value is to be increased by rupees 50,000. Here the word is used by. If the word by is given, it indicates that how much profit or loss is created. Here direction is given that value of building is increased by rupees 50,000. Here the value of asset is increasing. That means it is a profit for the business. So in case of building, revaluation account will be credited. So here you must have noticed that here major difference between the two situations, that is the use of word to and the use of word by. That is, in the first situation, that is the word of to, you have to calculate profit or loss. And in the second situation, that is when the word by is used, in that situation you are given profit or loss directly. So here we have found out difference. We have calculated profit or loss. That means here it is a case of profit. Profit in the sense market value is more than the book value. So we got profit here, profit of 70,000. So here we calculated it. But in this case, it is directly given that in case of building, we are getting profit as the value of market value of building is increasing. So here it is directly given, it is increased by 50,000. Now let's move further. Second information given in the question is the value of machinery is to be decreased up to 80,000. So you first check that what is the book value of machine, that you will find it in balance sheet. So here in the question it is given that book value of machine is 1,20,000 and it is directed that the value of machinery is to be decreased up to 80,000. So how we will find this? If the value of machine is to be decreased up to 80,000, That means it clearly indicates that we are suffering from loss in case of machine, loss by rupees 40,000. So machine is an asset and it is decreasing, the value of it is getting decreased. That's why, as it is a loss, so in this case revaluation account will be debited and machine account will be credited. As you know, asset has always debit balance, and if any kind of reduction is seen, in that case asset will be credited. Now third information is given in the question. The value of investments is to be reduced 30%. So first you check in the question, in the balance sheet, how much amount is given for investment, book value, that is, it is 40,000, and 30% of 40,000 is 12,000. And it is clearly indicated that the value of investments is to be reduced by 30%. As investment is an asset and reduction is given, so here revaluation account will be debited. As it is a loss for the business, so revaluation account will be debited and investment account will be credited. Here we are applying the rule of nominal account. As we know, revaluation account is a nominal account. So we have to pass entry according to the rule of nominal account. Now next information number 4 in your question. Provision for bad debt reserve at 20% and discount reserve of 5% is to be made on debtors. So first you check what is the amount of debtors in the balance sheet. It is 50,000 and we have to provide bad debt reserve 20%. So 20% of 50,000 is 10,000. That means bad debt reserve is 10,000. If we deduct it, we will get 40,000. That means our available good debtors is 40,000, and on good debtors only we will calculate discount reserve on debtors, which is given 5%. So 5% of 40,000 is 2,000. So discount DRD is 2,000. And we know any kind of provision is a kind of liability, and if liability increases, that is not good thing for the business. That's why, as it is not good thing, it is a kind of loss, so revaluation account will be debited by rupees 12,000. That means 10,000 is of bad debt reserve and 2,000 is of discount reserve on debtors. Now let's move to the next information number 5. It is given in the question. The stock value of rupees 15,000 is to be reduced by 20%. That means here we are suffering from loss. It is given that reduced by 20%. The stock value of 15,000 is to be reduced by 20%. That means 20% of 15,000 is 3,000, and stock is an asset. That's why if asset is decreasing, then in that case it is a loss. So revaluation account will be debited and closing stock will be credited. Then let's move towards the next information number 6. An amount of rupees 20,000 is not to be paid to creditors. Here it is clearly stated that now we are not required to pay our creditor rupees 20,000. That means here the liability of the business is getting reduced, which is a good thing for the business. It is a kind of profit for the business. That's why here creditors account will be debited and revaluation account will be credited. We know that liability always has a credit balance, and if any kind of reduction is seen in liability, in that case liability will be debited. That's why here creditors is debited by rupees 20,000. Now let's move towards the last information that is given in the question. Information number 7. Rupees 3,000 for outstanding expenses and rupees 2,000 for income receivable are not recorded in the books. So first let's see the case of outstanding expense. Outstanding expense is a liability and it is unrecorded liability. And if unrecorded liability is brought to books, then it is a loss. That's why revaluation account will be debited as per the rule of nominal account, and outstanding expense, that is liability account, will be credited. And as you know, receivable income is an asset for the business, and it is unrecorded, and if unrecorded asset is brought to books, then it is a profit. That's why receivable income account will be debited and revaluation account will be credited. Now at last, one more journal entry we will have to pass, that will be of revaluation profit or revaluation loss as the case may be, which will be distributed to partner. And to find out that, we will have to prepare revaluation account. So here I have prepared revaluation account for question number 10. As I told you earlier, revaluation account will be prepared on the basis of the rule of nominal account, as revaluation account is a nominal account. That means if there is profit, then revaluation account will be credited, and if there is loss, then revaluation account will be debited. Now as we just have seen journal entries, and in that we have already calculated increase and decrease in assets and liabilities. The same thing will be recorded in revaluation account. We saw the value of land is increased by 70,000. So as it is an asset and it is increasing, that means it is a profit for the business. That's why it will be recorded on credit side of revaluation account. Similarly, the value of building is also increasing as per the information given in question. So it will also be recorded on credit side of revaluation account. In the second information in the question, it is given that the value of machinery is to be decreased up to 80,000. And as we calculated here loss. On revaluation of machinery, we are suffering from loss because the value of machinery is decreasing by rupees 40,000. So as the value of asset is decreasing, that's why we have recorded it on debit side of revaluation account. Similarly, for investment also, we calculated 12,000 reduction in investment. So it is a loss. That's why we have recorded it on debit side of revaluation account. Now bad debt reserve and discount reserve on debtors. All provisions are kind of liability, and it is not good thing for the business if liabilities are created. It is a kind of loss for the business. That's why it will be recorded on debit side of revaluation account, bad debt reserve and discount reserve on debtors. Similarly, it is given in the question that value of stock is to be reduced by rupees 3,000. So it is also an asset, and it is not good thing that it is reducing. That's why we have recorded it on debit side of revaluation account. The next information is given about creditors, that an amount of 20,000 is not to be paid to creditors. So here liability is decreasing. So it is a good thing for the business. So we will consider it as profit. So as it is a profit, so we will record it on credit side of revaluation account. The next information is about outstanding expense. That outstanding expenses is not recorded in the books. It is a liability for the business, and as I just explained you at the time of making journal entry, that if unrecorded liability is brought to books, then it is a loss. That's why it is recorded on debit side of revaluation account. Now similarly, now the last information is given about receivable income. It is also not recorded in the books. And as it is an asset, and as I explained you at the time of making journal entry, that when asset is brought in the books, then it is a profit for the business. That's why it is recorded on credit side of revaluation account. Now after recording all increase and decrease in assets and liabilities on debit side and on credit side, now finally we will close revaluation account. Here the total of credit side is more, which is 1,42,000. So obviously difference will appear on debit side. In revaluation account, if total of credit side is larger than the total of debit side, then it is called revaluation profit, which will be distributed among partners in their old profit and loss sharing ratio, which is 2:3:1, which will be transferred to partners capital account. So according to the distribution, according to old profit sharing ratio, Rajesh will get 24,000 out of 72,000, Pushpa will get 36,000, Pratibha will get 12,000 out of 72,000. So that's it. This was question number 10. I hope you guys would have understood it. Thank you very much.